play, the power hasn't been there quite as much. So McCullough reaches down, sends that one to center, but we see Watson track it down for the second out.
Hit well to right center field. This one's got a chance. It's gone. A solo homer for the pitcher, Shelby Sinceri, her second homer of the weekend. And just like that, LSU gets their first hit of the night and their first lead. They now lead it 3-2.
Welcome, this week's edition of Tigers Roar. Jonathan Poche. I am Jordy Hultberg. You saw a great catch from Zach Watson. You saw a softball team who is this weekend the opportunity to play for an SEC championship and a national seed. And then you saw maybe the most decorated performer ever at LSU in Mondo Duplantis with the second highest pole vault in NCAA history that happened at Bernie Moore Track and Field. Just some of the highlights from the past week that was.
Jordy, happy to be here. Happy to have you back on Tigers Roar. Yeah, I mean, a little bit going on with LSU athletics. A little bit of a lull before the summer break. But yeah, Mondo Duplantis going sky high, almost 6 meters in the air. Unbelievable.
It's not a question of if, it's a question of when he's going to go over the 20-foot mark. And
That's right.
He's just remarkable, a talented athlete. Busy weekend on hand. LSU hosting Ole Miss. It's the battle of the Biancos. The head coach for Ole Miss, Mike Bianco, his son Drew, a freshman at LSU. LSU still 2 games behind Arkansas in the SEC in their division, still with all kind of goals ahead of them. We'll talk about Paul Mainieri and the decisions they've made, the pitching rotation they'll have this weekend, what they're doing with one of their starters. So we'll kick you all up to speed on that. And again, Beth Torina, Alabama comes to town. Alabama with a 1-game lead over LSU. LSU's a number 7 seed. Alabama's a number 8 seed in the current RPI. All hopes and aspirations are this final home stand for LSU. They get 2 out of 3. They could, they could tie, or if they sweep, don't say that word, right?
Right.
If they
the
sweep,
S word.
The S word, then they have a chance to be the outright champ and certainly garner a national seed, which would mean they would host a regional. And then if they're successful there, they would also host a super regional. So a lot on the line.
You saw the highlight in the beginning, the home run from the softball team. They have now had 67 home runs on the year. That is an LSU school record. They are definitely hitting the ball well for Coach Beth Torina this season.
They used to say chicks dig the long ball back in baseball days.
Right,
well,
that's
maybe
right.
chicks hit the long ball.
That's
I
right.
don't mean that in a disparaging way, but what a great season they've had. Beth Torina's been there 8 seasons. She's had 8 consecutive years of 40-plus wins. That is consistent excellence. All they have to do now is get back to Oklahoma City, home of the Women's College World Series, and see if they can bring one home. You just never know. Congratulations in order for several LSU Tigers who are now, we're looking for a loan. Devin White and Greedy Williams and Foster Moreau, 3 Tigers drafted over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, there was an NFL draft this weekend as well out in Nashville, Tennessee. New Orleans didn't miss out on the draft, even though they had some ill feelings towards last season for the NFL. Number 2 market and tuning in to the NFL draft.
The Who Dat Nation loves the NFL. Didn't even have a first-round pick.
Right.
Had to wait. The Saints trade up to get a center from Texas A&M. So we'll have information on all of those as well as per the norm, Mike Scarborough will join us, who has the number 1 recruiting class for the year 2020 already. Would that be Coach O and the Tigers?
LSU?
Yes. So again, it seems like every day or every other day you hear a hold that Tiger, and that means LSU's got another commitment. They've gone to California.
Right.
They've gone to our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. They've gone to Maryland, where crab cakes are king, and they've gone out to Virginia. To get some. A couple from Louisiana there. In other words, the brand of LSU is nationwide, and LSU taking advantage of it.
Very well put. Nationwide in a scale that we really haven't seen before. I mean, dipping into California talent is always a good thing. I mean, but you get the tops from the states Look, I mean, picking up the number 2 linebacker, middle linebacker in the nation with a commitment, it's a very big deal. We'll talk to Mike Scarborough about that.
And what continues to amaze me is a school that has never been known for its affiliation with the forward pass continues to get. They've got 3 of the top receivers in the country committed.
Yeah,
3.
right.
How do they do that? It's amazing to me. And I guess I have to owe it all to people like Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson. The impact that they have made professionally has certainly impacted LSU in their recruiting, and LSU takes advantage of that opportunity. And those former players are more than willing to come back and help. And so it's a total team effort, and LSU's reaping the benefits as we speak. But as always, with a caveat. The farther away you are, the closer you get to signing day. Let's see what happens when mom says, oh, I'm going to miss you, son. So there's a lot of work as Ed Orgeron said, when you get the commitment, that's when the real work begins, because now everybody's coming after you. Everybody starts negative recruiting.
Right.
But so far, so good.
Very optimistic about this 2020 class. If it sticks, one of the best in LSU recent memory for sure.
I can tell you, I've been around a while, and I have never seen the impact of recruiting for who they're getting, where they're getting them from, and how quickly they are getting them. It's remarkable, and kudos to the staff and everyone involved, and kudos to those early commitments for going out and recruiting the other prospects. Come on, let's do something special. Come on, we're tired of these other schools. Let's us be the number 1 recruiting class, and let's us reap the benefits from the impact.
I mean, that's so important these days with all the 7-on-7 camps and the openings. Every city has an opening, and Nike puts on camps, Under Armour puts on camps, and all these highly talented young people get to hang out on the weekends and compete against each other. And they're chirping to each other. Why don't you come down to Baton Rouge, play, and do something special, like you just said?
I know this is Tigers Roar, but the New Orleans Pelicans, David Griffin already making a huge impact on that franchise, went out and got the best trainer in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns forever have been known as the team that is on the cutting edge. So many players go there. Shaq. Steve Nash, Grant Hill, and kind of saved their careers and elongated their careers. How many times have we said, well, Anthony Davis is on the DL. Drew Holiday is going to miss 7 games. You still got to get players, but you got to have the best ability is availability. You got to have players available. So David Griffin already making a splash there. The lottery is about a week away. We'll see where the Pelicans fall in that. And then the vying for Zion is on. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, so much disparity around losing Anthony Davis, a generational player, guy that we got number 1 out of Kentucky.
Can they save him? Can David Griffin salvage him?
Right now, there's some optimism down in New Orleans. David Griffin brings a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of optimism around that whole program.
Either you're all in or you're all out.
All out, that's right.
So we'll see. Nobody can offer Anthony Davis more money, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. One last note on the Pelicans. I've been involved with them for many, many years, since they came over from Charlotte. George Shinn was the owner. Then he attracted Ray Woolridge as an investor in the ownership group. Even when they were really, really good, and they were 1 game away from going to the Western Conference Finals. They had Chris Paul, and they had David West, and P.J. Brown, and Jamal Magloire, and Peja Stojakovic. They were really, really good. And the place was packed, but I never, ever felt secure in the franchise. I always felt like the ownership was always going behind doors and looking for bigger and better things. For the first time ever, with Gail Benson and what she has committed with the hiring of David Griffin, I feel for the first time since that team has moved and relocated to New Orleans, went through Katrina, went through Oklahoma City, and they're back, that it's on stable ground. And they are heading in a positive direction.
And really, got to give credit to Gail Benson. She's done a remarkable job as the president owner of 2 franchises, NFL and NBA. I mean, you mentioned there was a lot of what's going on up front, but Gail Benson has been very upfront. Says she will not sell the franchise, trying to make big moves, getting David Griffin a very sought after NBA employee, put him at the head of the whole ship, and we'll see if he could write it.
So we'll see. But so far, so very, very good. All right, we'll take our first time out of the day. We have a busy, busy show planned for you. We've got all the Saints draftees. We've got some recruits and some footage of them. We've got baseball. We've got softball. We've got everything under the sun. And guess where we are? As always, we're at Scoreboards Grill and Catering right here on Coursey Boulevard, where every day is a tailgate party for you and your friends.
Great food, great time of the year with the seafood, crawfish. They'll have those later on, smelling good already around here. If you haven't checked out Scoreboards, do yourself a favor, get on over here, try the food, check out the atmosphere. It's very family friendly, full bar, big dining area, available for parties if you want to rent it out on Mondays, every other day of the week.
We're open at 11.
That's right, great
Open
lunch
at 11.
specials every single day at a great price. You see them right there. Monday closed. Tuesday, chicken fettuccine, my personal favorite, even though those red beans and rice are very good.
That's mine. That's my hamburger steak. You can't beat it. And then, of course, the crawfish etouffee on Friday. We've got, I'm counting flat screen TVs. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere with everything under the sun. You like sports? We've got it covered here for you at Scoreboards Grill and Catering, where every day is a tailgate for you, your friends, and your family. He's Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Helperg. Thanks for tuning in. This is Tigers Roar. We'll be back after this, so stay with us.
Going golfing. Ooh. Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Whoa. Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helperg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
Tigers roar right here on Pelican Broadcasting. He is Jonathan Poche. I am Jordy Helper. We shift our focus now to LSU baseball as the Tigers will welcome in the Ole Miss Rebels. LSU number 7 in the country, Ole Miss number 15 in the country. LSU coming back after losing the opener against the Alabama Crimson Tide. They win 2 out of 3 and win the series in dramatic fashion, 5-4 with the winning run in scoring position. And LSU, Devin Fontenot reared back and 3 strikes, you're out, and LSU gets the win.
Fontenot's had a great season out of the bullpen for Pollinari. You mentioned it was very dramatic fashion. Pollinari challenged his team. He admitted before the weekend that he actually said the S word to the team, talking about a sweep.
None of that.
Didn't work out quite as they planned. Only scored 1 run that first game. LSU has scored 1 run in games before, but Pollinari really just discouraged with all the looking Ks. Now, watching strike 3, not what you want to do. Even in Pee Wee baseball, you can't go down looking. Got to go down fighting until the last pitch.
No question. So Ole Miss comes to town this weekend for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday start. Ole Miss and LSU both at 13-8 in league play, trailing the Arkansas Razorbacks, who are 15-6. So LSU, very important weekend. They've got this series at home, then they go to Arkansas for 3, and they close out the regular season with Auburn at home. So with all that being in mind, the latest update, Pollinari met with the media today, and Cole Henry, MRI came back 100% negative. Everything's good. He's just not ready. Still a little bit sore. They're going to hold him out. So that means the Friday night starter will be Mikael Hilliard. Saturday will be Eric Walker. And Sunday, based upon what he did a week ago in a midweek start and on a Sunday finish, Landon Marceau will get the start on Sunday. So you're wondering, well, wait a minute. What happened to the Friday night starter in Zach Hess? Zach Hess is moving to the bullpen. Finally. Look, I'm not doubting you, Paul. I'm not doubting you, Alan Dunn, but we said it a year ago, and I preached it to the mountaintops. And the reason being is Zach Hess, great kid. His future is in the bullpen. As a major league prospect, he is going to be a reliever. He's not a starter. And LSU finally realized that. Zach Hess finally realized that. That's best for him. It's best for the team. So now what do? You're the baseball guy. You've got Todd Peterson. You've got Devin Fontenot. And now you've got Zach Hess. All 3 have been closers. It's like the old quarterback issue. If you got 3 quarterbacks, that means you really don't have 1. So what does Pollinari and Allen do? How do they handle that triumvirate in game situations?
Well, you mentioned, the key word is situations. If it is a long relief appearance, 4th, 5th inning, you go Todd Peterson.
That's what I think.
He has some length.
You gotta have Hess 8th or 9th. That's it. Okay.
I completely agree. The close, the door shutter. Zach Hess. Fontenot, good setup, man. He could also be the closer, but I agree. Zach Hess going back home to the bullpen, gonna reprise his outstanding role as closer.
Freshman, he was unbelievable in Omaha. He was unbelievable, and I understand necessity and need, but it came to the point. This is the end. This is the end for him. Major League Baseball's waiting. He's got to go do what is best for him, and kudos to LSU for allowing that. Now, Cole Henry, we'll see if he's at Jaden Hill. Apparently, is on the mend and is ready, getting very, very close to ready. Mikael Hilliard gets to start on Friday because Pollinari said he threw his best bullpen session of the season earlier this week. So here we go. Pressure, chips are on the line. We'll see. Now, as far as everyday players, they're all healthy and good to go. Final exams are over. They can focus on baseball. And we'll see if the box has some magic to it.
Zach Hess back in the lineup. Coach Pollinari switched it up a little bit, moved him to the leadoff spot, moved Josh Smith to the cleanup. Kay Beloso 3-hole. All 3 guys really did well in the 2nd and 3rd game of that Alabama series.
I can never recall, and I may be wrong here, but I can never recall this late in the season where they're still trying to come up with their starting pitching staff. They're still trying to find out what the best lineup and the best order is. But hey, to their credit, they're not giving up. They keep trying. So You never say that S word. You just got to win Friday's game and go from there. You got plenty of arms now. So Palmineri, I think starters will be on a short leash. You get in trouble, they'll go to the bullpen without hesitation, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think tinkering this late in the lineup really speaks to all the talent on that roster. I mean, guys that could have went pro last year came back. Zach Watson has to go down. Well, here comes DiGiacomo. Right. I mean, the guy really shines in his little role as a starter. So, look, there's a lot of talent on that roster. Coach Palmineri really does have his thumb on the pulse, and we'll see if that pitching rotation can hold through.
They just got to get everybody together again.
Right.
Let's get the band back together again for what seems like the first time this season, because injuries and things have just popped up sporadically throughout the course of the year. But again, they're getting Henry ready. They're getting Hill close to being ready. Marceau looks like he's back and ready to go. Hess to the bullpen. Hilliard starting to perform a little bit like he did as a freshman. So there's potential, and I've always said this: you got to have quality pitching and quality depth at the pitching position to make a run in this thing. There's too many games in Omaha, too many super regional. You got to have the arms, and if they get all healthy. LSU did have the #1 recruiting class in the country for a reason.
That's
and a lot of those guys turned down high-dollar Major League Baseball contracts to come here. Maybe they'll come into fruition. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we'll hope the Tigers finish strong. Again, Vanderbilt and Arkansas both tied for the lead, 2 games ahead of LSU, Ole Miss, and Georgia out of the East. So, again, 3 series left to go. We'll see. Still, the goals are right there to reach.
As you mentioned, Ole Miss coming to town this weekend, ranked number 15 in the nation. Just came off a big sweep against Texas A&M, a team that was playing some of the best baseball in the country. But here's a little caveat for you. On their away record for Ole Miss, only 7-8, below 500 on the road this year for the Rebels.
Glad they got him. Glad we got him here.
That could be an advantage for the Tigers playing at home.
And the story within the story, of course, is the battle of the Biancos. Mike Bianco, the former catcher for LSU back in the day, now the outstanding head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. His son, Drew, comes to LSU. He went to Oxford High School right there on the campus. It's like the equivalent of U High is to LSU. Oxford High is to Ole Miss. Didn't want to play for Dad. Dad didn't want to coach his son. He comes to LSU, and now these two will meet. Mom's not going to go to the game. She doesn't want the cameras on her to see who she's pulling for, who she's not pulling. Of course she's pulling for the son.
Come on. Come on.
Of course. But they will have a family dinner on Thursday, and then it's focus on baseball. The question is, Dad knows son pretty well. Dad calls the pitches for Ole Miss.
Right.
So that ought to be a very interesting at-bat each and every time Drew Bianco comes up to the plate.
I mean, as a father, your son's playing in college, D1 baseball, you got to feel a sense of pride for that. You want him to succeed, but also, I mean, that's your job. You got to get the win.
Does he send one high and tight? A little chin music to start it off? How about that?
Send a little message.
What would that say?
Hey, baseball guys do that kind of stuff.
What would that say?
Baseball guys do that kind of stuff.
Crazy. Okay, we'll take a timeout here. Much more to come, including next, Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, will join us, and we'll talk all about the #1 ranked recruiting class for the year 2020, the upcoming class that Ed Orgeron and his staff have compiled to date. I think it's 14 commitments at this point in time. Mike Scarborough will go over those and how this staff is going. I mean, they're the Marco Polos of recruiting. They're going everywhere to find the best talent, and it's about time. He's Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Hultberg. We're live from Scoreboard's Grill and Catering on Coursey Boulevard. This is Tigers Roar. We'll be right back.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
Tigers Roar live from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. Marty Campbell running the show on the floor. He is Jonathan Poche, and I am Jordy Helperg. As per the norm, each and every week we are graced with the presence of Mike Scarborough, our recruiting analyst for TigerBait.com. Mike, good evening. Thank you for your time as always. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, no, I'm glad to be with you, and thanks for the kind introduction.
Well, it's all true, and what else is true is that Ed Orgeron and his staff are like the Marco Polos of recruiting. They'll go north, south, east, and west to find the best talent. And you've been following this a lot longer than I have, but I cannot recall in my time LSU getting the type of talent, getting them in the places that they're getting them from, and in the rapid fashion that they're getting them at this point in time. It's been amazing to me.
No, it is, and look, and I I don't recall the exact dates of, say, 2001 recruiting class or 2003 or any of those. I mean, obviously those were some great classes back in the day.
Right.
But I can't recall anything like this in the month of April with 14 commitments. Number one recruiting class in the country. Certainly LSU's had, top recruiting classes in the last, throughout this century. But nothing like this. And then what really, to me, is what makes it so unique is the out-of-state component to it. And, and it's like trying to come with, well, why is this? What is added up for this to be this way for Ed Orgeron and his staff? And I think it's a combination of having a right little mix of early commitments that are those active personality kids on Twitter, but more so the staff members that Ed Orgeron has, and those guys actually hitting the bricks and going all over the country. I told you the other day, it's like, I don't know if they'll release those numbers or it's going to take somebody at the Advocate or wherever to do a FOIA request, but I assure you their travel budget and the amount of money they're spending on airfare, hotel rooms, per diem for meals, I think all that is going to, if you compare it to probably a same stretch of time 3 or 4 years ago, it won't even be close.
I'm with you. Ed Orgeron came out and said LSU is a national brand. Do you agree with that? And why all of a sudden has LSU become a national brand? Because they went through the Les Miles situation, and the Ed Orgeron maybe wasn't a popular hire to many outside of this area. Why all of a sudden is LSU a brand name?
I think LSU's always been. I think LSU's been a national brand. For the last 15 years or so. But what constitutes a national brand? I think probably, is it saying that you can go anywhere in the country and recruit? Well, on one hand, you can say, well, they've never done it before, so they weren't a national brand 10 years ago. But is the difference truly, did you really make the effort? Because it used to be where your goal was to have, particularly after, what happened in the late 80s and early 90s, where LSU had gotten away from Louisiana kids.
Right.
And it gotten to the point where you realized that LSU's most success was when, 70 to 75% of your recruiting classes were Louisiana kids. When LSU got away from that, they got into trouble. But, I don't think that that's necessarily the case anymore. You do a much better job of evaluating. You have kids that come to all your camps for several years before you extend offers. With the advent of Huddle and Twitter and on, you just do a better job of evaluating these kids, and they're so much more mature physically. You're really not often reaching or making poor evaluations. You usually have a lot more information, and your eyeballs don't lie to you. So,
but everybody has that. Everybody has that capability, and everybody's utilizing it. Maybe LSU's just doing a little bit better. They went out to Virginia, Mike, and we have some footage of the latest commitment, an inside linebacker. I got to believe that the factor of Devin White being drafted as high as he was as a running back converted to a linebacker, that had to help.
Yeah, Antoine Sampa, 6'2", he told me he's about 224 right now. Woodbridge, Virginia. Came out of nowhere Monday night. He had come for a visit March 22nd, I believe was the exact date. LSU was having a pro day. It was kind of just a little, guy that's swinging by the facility. Certainly a high 4-star, 5-star on some networks. But, when he tweeted out his commitment Monday night, that caught everybody flat-footed because he wasn't really someone we were talking about. And I think you're right. It's a combination of Devin White, LSU's now amazing track record with linebackers being taken in the NFL draft, and probably even bigger is Dave Aranda, who's been recruiting this kid for 2 years.
Mike, we're watching the highlights right now from Sampa, and when he hits you, you definitely feel it. I mean, the guy lays the boom. What do you like about this kid's game besides the fact that he will rock you if he meets you in the hole?
Well, he's just real angular. He's a legit 6'2". I think he maybe even be a little bit over 6'2", 6'2 and a half. When I talked to him the other night, what Aranda was telling him about how he sees him is very similar to what you're going to see Michael Divinity do a lot of this season. To play inside, at times be sent rushing off the edge on third or fourth down. I think that those kids, it's like DBU. When you see a bunch of kids go through LSU and have success in their first-round draft picks, it feeds the position and it keeps that that snowball rolling. And I think now you're seeing that at the linebacker spot, which years ago, linebacker was always one of the weakest links on LSU's football roster.
Amen.
Now even after losing Devin White, you're looking at LSU's linebacking group going into next year, and it's going to be one of the better units at that spot in the SEC.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, kind enough to join us. He's Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Helberg. We're live from Scoreboard's Grill and Catering. This is Tigers Roar. I'm continually amazed, Mike, and we've talked about this before, and for a school that has predominantly been known as defense, run the football, they continue to get top-flight wide receivers, and the latest is Raheem Jarrett, one of the best out of California. How do they continue to do it?
Yeah, I mean, look, this kid comes in and has an unbelievable visit. Talks about, we started getting word that he was going down. Like, man, and this is Joe Brady. Joe Brady gets hired, 28 years old, high energy, relates so well to these kids. And it just seems like there's absolutely no residue of the, pro-style, Les Miles, power football. There's no hangover from that anymore. These kids absolutely see what LSU wants to get done with the run-pass option. And, I think it helps that you have that young, energetic coach and Joe Brady out there recruiting wide receivers. I mean, as soon as he got hired by Ed Orgeron, he obviously evaluated his position group and has immediately gone out and signed a wide receiver, got a commitments of three of the best in the country. You got Jarrett right there from Washington, D.C., you got Bryant from out west, and then you got Keyshawn Butte from Westgate. So
amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. And they're not done. I mean, you still got Coy Moore out there, maybe a couple other possibilities. I don't think they're done at three. I think they signed four. But beyond that, it's the rest of the way. You're a lot of people say, okay, well that's fine. You're number one class in the country. Got these positions, but like Ed Orgeron says, every second week in November, it's about linemen.
Yeah.
I think that'll be taken care of. I like where they sit with Guillory and Roy. Jalen Lee just got an offer from Texas today. They got a little work to do there, but I think that position is going to be where you want it to be. Offensive line is going to be the group to watch, and what kind of attendance James Craig has at the OLDL camp early June, and then from the 20th through the 22nd at the elite high school camp. It's all about what kids come to work, because that's one thing I know Coach Craig has been telling offensive linemen when he's out recruiting them, that he wants them to come to camp so he can work with them.
Mike, I know it's still a long ways out, but if this all comes to fruition, Raheem Jarrett does come to LSU, only standing at 6 foot tall. What do you see kind of role he plays for LSU offense?
Yeah, I mean, look,
inside, outside,
slot and speed is what I see.
Yeah, they're going for that shorter wide receiver that run pass option offense.
He reminds
really
me.
likes.
He reminds me of Jerry Jeudy from Alabama, right?
Boy, that would be special.
Right.
But no, obviously when you look at this, you look at Jarrett and many of the other kids in California, and you're like, where are these kids going to stick? Look, you got Louisiana kids who've decommitted. You obviously going to have to stay on top of them, but look, you've got a outlook for the upcoming season that's going to, have everybody thinking LSU can go 11-1 or 10-2 at least. And so I don't see where this Ed Orgeron spike in interest and this recruiting class wanes. I think it's going to continue. I think they're going to continue to load this class, and it's going to be special. Does it finish number 1 on signing day? I don't know. But whether it's 1, 2, or 3, it's going to be a special year for LSU football recruiting.
It's certainly momentum pointing upward and beyond, so that's a great start. Mike, tell everybody about TigerBait.com.
That's it. Go to TigerBait.com. Check us out. $1, as always, gets you the site for a month if you're not a subscriber. If you're an LSU fan, we really think you'll enjoy the product. We also started doing Facebook Lives. We're going to be doing those a couple of times a week at least. So those are free. Go to Facebook, type in TigerBait.com, hit the like button, and then hit the follow button to show that you see it first, and you'll get alerts as soon as we go live, and we do interaction and take Q&A there. So, and follow me on Twitter at Scarborough Mike.
I didn't understand a word you said, but I know there's a lot of people out there that do. So, Mike, as always, thank you, and keep us apprised of any new developments as the recruiting world never slows down. Have a good one, buddy.
You too. We'll do. Talk next week. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike Scarborough. TigerBait.com. I really didn't understand a word he said. Follow, click. No. I can do this. I can talk.
Yeah.
All that other stuff. No. So, again, remarkable job that they've done. You've got to be able to close. Obviously, there's still some positions of need that they have to fill. But if you're an LSU fan right here, right now, with the coming on of Joe Brady and what he brings to the table,
right.
Having Joe Burrow, I think that the key is having Joe Burrow back. They talked about what makes up the perfect quarterback in the SEC, and you've got the arm of Kellen Mond, you've got the accuracy of a Jake Fromm, you've got the leadership of a Tua Tagovailoa, and you've got the head and shoulders of a Joe Burrow, who he may not have the strongest arm, he may not be the most accurate, but he gets you in the right play and he makes the right play, and that to me is more important than anything else. Now it's up to the coaching staff to get players in the right position where he can be utilized to the advantage, get out of his hands quickly like Drew Brees does, to Lance Moore back in the day, and to Michael Thomas now. I really think LSU's going to be really good. I really do.
The RPO, Joe Burrow's been running since he was in high school. Very tough kid. Likes to run the ball. Doesn't like to slide. That might change this year because he's going to be doing a lot more running with the RPO system. Got to be healthy.
Got to be healthy. Jonathan Poche, Jordy Helperg will take a timeout live from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. We're open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. Luncheon specials daily. Red beans and rice today.
That's right.
Not bad. Friday, crawfish etouffee. And of course, there's crawfish, there's bread pudding, there's the sliders. You've had the sliders.
I've had the sliders. That was everything here.
My kids love the sliders. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Full bar, fun place for all to come and enjoy. Flat screen TVs everywhere. You got the LSU baseball games this weekend, softball this weekend, the Run for the Roses this weekend. Got to get a winner for that one. And much, much more. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Taste the feeling.
great party.
Oh, thanks for coming, guys.
Better get that car warmed up.
I'm on it.
I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too. Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine. Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Welcome back, live from Scoreboard's Grilling Catering. He is Jonathan Poche. I am Jordy Hultberg. Thursday nights here, we've got live music. Starting at 8 o'clock, Studio 4. A bunch of people from Guarantee and 98.1 make up the band. Scotty Drake and company doing that. Followed by what? Friday, we've got karaoke.
That's right.
Karaoke.
Looking for you on Friday, Jordy.
We need a third for our group, so maybe Marty can come in here and we can sing some tunes.
Beatles or something.
No. Tone Loc. Funky Cold Medina.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, whatever you're feeling. Live music on Thursdays, some rock and roll, some country.
Yep.
8 o'clock goes to 9:30. Studio 4, the Guarantee operation. A lot of celebrity DJs make up the band. It's going to be a good time.
They're good, too.
Come check it out on Thursday nights here at Scoreboards.
Beverages are always cold and they're always plentiful. Speaking of plentiful, LSU with 3 members getting drafted into the NFL. Only one on the first day. I was a little surprised that there weren't 2. Devin White goes number 5 to Tampa Bay. Greedy Williams had to wait till day number 2. A little chip on the shoulder, but Cleveland's become LSU by the lake.
LSU, Ohio.
I'm telling you.
I mean, LSU North, whatever you want to call it. They're stockpiling the Tigers. But I want to start with Devin White.
Let's do it.
Number 5 overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Really where I had a feeling he would go. The Buccaneers let Quan Alexander go to the 49ers, so there was a need there. And also, Devin White, one of the best players in this year's draft. If you weren't going quarterback number 1, Devin White had to be high on your list.
Not only is he talented on the field, but his character, his he made some mistakes in high school, learned from those. He was exemplary throughout his college years. He got better and better. And look, don't think that coaches and general managers in the NFL don't understand. Hey, this is a kid that was a fullback, and he said to LSU, I just want to play. Put me wherever you want to play. I'll learn. I'll do whatever it takes. Get me on the field. And look where he is. He wins the Butkus Award, the only LSU linebacker. And they've had a plethora of really good linebackers, but he's the best of the best as he wins the Butkus Award.
The 2 words Coach O always uses to describe Devin White: character and integrity. The Buccaneers got a rock foundation to their football team.
Only bad news is he's got to play my Saints twice. Sorry,
a
Dev.
year.
I hope you win them all until you play the Who Dat Nation. And Alvin Kamara is going to juke you, baby. That's it.
twice a year, got to play the Saints. One time in New Orleans. Going to have a lot of fans wearing Devin White jerseys, I believe,
He's
in
not,
the Superdome.
he's not able to wear his LSU jersey.
Mike Allstott had the number 40 retired, so it's 41.
41.
That's right.
When he sees that first paycheck that's automatically deposited into his checking account, he's not going to worry about that.
Not too
Not going
much.
to worry about that at all.
No.
Yeah. So congratulations, Devin White. Daisy May just got some better food in the barn.
That's right. Daisy May is going to be beachfront now on, trotting on the beach. Can't argue with that. I want to let you guys hear from Devin White. His post-draft interview lasts about 6 minutes, but it's very entertaining. Devin White, such a good face for the whole program, LSU. Really, you spoke to it earlier. Changing the whole environment about the position of linebacker at LSU. Here is Devin White, the 5th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft.
I first realized I was going to be a Buccaneer when I seen Farrah from Clemson get the call from the Raiders. You know, I knew I was in play with the Raiders at 4, but, you know, Coach Bruce told me if I was on the board at 5, he was going to take me, and that was like my long kept hard secret, you know, from like the media. But I told the media I knew, I kind of had a feeling where I was going, but I just never knew if the Raiders was going to take me or not, you know, because they was really interested in me. I mean, I feel like I'm a guy that can fit in anywhere, you know. I can adapt to anything, and I mean, it's a great spot for me, and I'm just ready to get there and, you know, just do what I do and just, you know, be part of a great organization with a great coaching staff, great owners, and, you know, just everything about the program. Like, I'm just ready to be there. Yeah, I mean, you know, we got a guy by the name of Jack Marucci at LSU. You know, he always told me that I reminded him of Derek, and he was going to connect us once I finally declared. And, you know, now is a real good time for him to connect us so I can pick his brain and just, you know, get a lot of gems from him about how he became such a great pro, because at the end of the day, I just want to help my team, and, you know, him being a great Buck, I know he want to see me help those guys win. So, you know, I'm just ready to, you know, just do my own thing, but, you know, try to get on his level. The Buccaneers fans are getting a great off-the-field player. You know, I'm going to be a guy that's going to, you know, everybody's going to respect. You know, they're going to love when I bring off the field, but on the field, they're going to get a versatile linebacker, a 3-down linebacker that's able to go sideline to sideline, able to drop in coverage, hold different, you know, running backs and tight ends, and a guy that can also get down and dirty in the trenches, and, you know, just a guy you don't have to take off a field and who's going to play with a relentless effort, a high motor, and just got the passion for the game. Oh, I'm 140% excited. You know, the first time I met him at the Combine, it was just like a spark. You know he know the game of football, and he know when he's around a great player, and he know how to develop players. So that's one of my main reasons why I'm so excited, because I want to be a great pro. You know, it's about me, but it's about the team as well. And I know he want everybody that he coaches to be great, and I'm just ready to be great. You know, whatever I got to do, what work I got to put in, I'm ready and willing. Like, it's just the next step in my journey. So the number one thing I liked about my visit to Tampa was just basically, you know, when I went into all the meetings, it really wasn't football anymore. And I only had met with him at the Combine, but, you know, I went to dinner with him the night before Pro Day at Ruth Chris. But, I mean, other than that, it was just all getting to know me and just really getting to see what type of person I was. And obviously, you know, they got the feeling that I was a great person, and they not wrong. Like, I'm such a great person, and I don't fake it to make it. Like, what I do and I stand by that. Like, I do that every day. I wake out to bed and I'm the same every day. And I just had a great feeling because, you know, when I was getting ready to fly from my visit to Tampa, I was headed to New York to do some ESPN stuff and also visit the New York Giants. And my flight got delayed like all night. I was in the airport for over 8-9 hours, so that was a sign from God that, like, that's where I needed to be. Play against, play with. Whew. They got a big defensive tackle that they drafted last year, so I need to play behind. Oh, I know his name. I know his name. Yeah, Big Vita, man. I want to get behind that guy. I want to get to know that guy. And, you know, I can make him better and he can make me better. You know, it's always about your big boys up front. You got to take care of them. And I just believe, you know, me and him will have a great chemistry. And then also JPP, you know, what he's able to do on the outside for the team is just go get sacks and stuff. Like, man, really just the whole team. So don't even ask me. I'm just ready to be part of the Bucs family, man. Go Bucs, man, all day. I mean, through the process we was talking, but we was only talking horses. We wasn't talking the process. He told me to just be me. But he did just send me a lengthy text, you know, when I was walking in. I didn't get to read it because I had to come on stage. But I know it said something about country and just be yourself and stuff. But he gave me a lot of knowledge, and I'm ready to go to the, you know, go read it and reach back out to him. Nah, I can't read it to you. That's personal, man. Me and Big Bro been knowing each other for like a long time. He took me in when I came to LSU. The guy literally let me come to his house. That's in Clinton, Louisiana, which is like an hour from Baton Rouge, to ride horses, eat his mom food, and, you know, just hang out and, you know, just, you know, be a great big brother to me. So I can't share that with you. Oh, man, it's going to be a lot of Devin White fans when we play the Saints. Just from the LSU being the greatest fan base, you know, in college football, they're going to continue to support me. And, you know, once I came off the stage, there was a bunch of Saints fans saying, LSU, like, we love you, we love you. So that's just to show you, like, if you're a guy with great character and, you know, compassion about your state, that no matter where you go, they're not going to root against you. They're going to root for you. So, like I said before, you know, the Bucs got a lot of Louisiana fans now just because I'm on the team, and it's a good feeling. Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason why I was so emotional is not because I ran so fast. Like, I knew I was going to run fast. I told all the scouts and GMs, head coaches in the meetings, I'm going to run low 4.2. I mean low 4.4 or maybe high 4.3. And I did just that. But when I went back over and I seen my mom call me and she expressed so much emotion, she was cheering up and down. Like, she was just so happy that I went out there and did it because I've been working so hard. And my mom, she's always been hard on me. And that's a good thing. You know, it made me better. So just to finally see that emotion from my mom, I was ecstatic. Like, I was so happy. And I just let it all out. And I ain't mean to do it on camera, but, man, it just had to come out. All right, thank you. God bless y'all.
Could not have a better representative of Louisiana State University, the city of Baton Rouge, the state of Louisiana. Right. He's going to be outstanding on the pro level.
The Buccaneers definitely got them a good one. Outstanding football player, but a great kid.
Only LSU player taken in the first round. We wait till the second round, and Greedy Williams, anxiously pacing, wondering. I still to this day don't understand why he fell as he did, but Cleveland got a steal of a deal when they picked up Greedy Williams.
They certainly got a steal, in my opinion. The best cornerback in the draft, has all the measurables you could ever want from the cornerback position. Great arm length, good speed, fluid with his movements, and he could definitely lock down the other team's number one. They had an outstanding showing against DK Metcalf and Ole Miss, so he showed he could do it at the highest level.
They're worried about his maybe lack of tackling ability. Well, that's not what he's getting paid for. He's getting paid for to take that wide receiver and shut him down and make you play on the other half of the field. And so we'll see. So now with Odell Beckham Jr., you've got Jarvis Landry. Now you've got Greedy Williams. It's LSU by the lake. The mistake by the lake, but not a mistake anymore.
A lot was made about Greedy Williams' tackling ability. The front office and the coach for the Cleveland Browns don't think that's really an issue. Like you said, you paid to cover the man. Stop the passing game is what you pay Greedy Williams for. Here is John Dorsey and head coach Fred Kitchens from the Cleveland Browns discussing their second round, 46 overall Greedy Williams this weekend for the NFL Draft.
He was excited. He was Greedy was giddy, you know. So, he was excited to come to Cleveland, you know.
In all the evaluations, he has played some of the top caliber receivers in the SEC. If you really go watch him play the game of football, he is fluid, he is easy, he is a smooth moving corner. and he does it effortlessly. He was like a 4-star recruit coming out of Shreveport, very highly talented. They speak very highly of him there, the position coaches. But corners in the National Football League have to cover, and this guy has all the skill sets to cover players in the National Football League. This guy's 6'1", he'll be a $190. This is the prototypical corners that you look for in the National Football League. I believe he's got 31 and 5/8 arm lengths, and these are really good traits to have.
This is a pass-oriented league, and you need to be able to throw the ball, and you need to be able to stop people from throwing the ball. And anytime you can cover them, your chances of diminishing their success of throwing the football increases. So I think it's a benefit to us.
The NFLFit.com scouting report says he's a below-average tackler. How do you respond to that?
How would I respond to that? He's playing in the hardest conferences there are in college football. I think he holds up really well. I have no problem with his tackling. He'll get you down. Corners are paid to cover, and tackling aspect, just get the guy down.
It really stood out in his interview that he really liked a lot.
I think he likes to play the game of football, and that's one characteristic where all of John's research and his crew's research is that's one prerequisite from everybody in our building that we want to do is make sure the people that we bring into the Cleveland Brown organization enjoys the game of football, and he enjoys playing the game of football.
All right, thank you.
So there you have it, Cleveland.com. I got a bone to pick with the head coach of the Cleveland Browns and Freddie Kingston when he was asked about, hey, look, you got a lot of these LSU players coming to Cleveland. You may not be welcome back in Tuscaloosa. And he said, well, if they played a little bit better in high school, they could have gone to Alabama. What's up with that, Freddie?
Wow.
What's up with that? Are you trying to stoke a fire that's already out of control? Is that what you're trying to do? Shame on you.
Hey,
Freddie.
What a burn.
Freddie.
Jeez,
move away from the chow line a little bit, Freddie.
Hey, pull no
That's
punches.
Terrible.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
Yeah.
So
Low blow.
Congratulations, Greedy Williams. I am sure that he will be playing with a lot of enthusiasm to prove all the other ones picked ahead of him that they made the wrong decision. We go to the 4th round, and the player that improved his stock the most, remember, he was the last scholarship offer by default coming out of Jesuit High School in New Orleans. Foster Moreau worked his way, became a really viable commodity, great locker room guy, great leader. Never really utilized in the passing game, but who was as a tight end for LSU. He goes to the soon-to-be Las Vegas Raiders in the 4th round.
Yeah, John Gruden, obviously everybody knows him from the Monday Night Football days. If you hadn't known, he was a football coach before then, Super Bowl winning coach of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, over with the Raiders now, doing big things. They like Foster Moreau. They like how he does the dirty work. He's blocking.
He's not
going to
complain.
That's right.
He's going to do his job. He's going to be a leader in the locker room. He's going to show up on time, if not early. He's going to stay late. All the intangibles that coaches love. He checks every box.
We have a little clip from draft night when Coach John Gruden let Foster Moreau know on the telephone that he would be an Oakland Raider. I thought it was pretty cool. Want to let you guys see it. Here is Coach John Gruden and his phone call to Foster Moreau.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Foster, it's John Gruden with the Oakland Raiders, man. How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm standing here with your agent, Frank Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just want to know if you want to be a Raider, brother.
I'd love to be a Raider, Coach.
Good, man. I'm turning a pick in. We are really jacked up to get you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. Where are you at anyway?
I'm in New Orleans with my family.
Are you? You wanna move all the way out to California? You ever been out this way?
I haven't, Coach, but I'd love to.
Yeah, you're going to fit in great here, man. We are really happy to have you, and congratulations. I want to put you on the phone with Frank here in a second to just give you some details, but you got the right stuff, man. You wear that number 18 for a reason, right?
Yes, sir. You know it.
All right, man. I'll put you on with Coach Smith. I just want to call and tell you are a official Oakland Raider. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Forster Moreau had to be thrilled. John Gruden picks up the phone and calls him to say, welcome to the Raiders. So 3 players drafted, but there were a bunch of other players who, even though they weren't drafted, thought highly enough to quickly hook up with teams as undrafted free agents.
That's right. John Battle signing with the Jets. He's a team backup with Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
I know they're excited about that. Been all over Twitter blowing it up. Also, Garrett Brumfield signed with the Steelers. Nick Brissett, great situation, signs with the Patriots. I mean, that's a great spot.
Patriots always love those LSU running backs.
They do.
Stephen Ridley, Kevin Falk, and now this.
Jeremy Hill. Right.
So we wish them all the very, very best. And even though there were only 3, that speaks for volumes for LSU players not leaving early, sticking around a little bit longer. Next year, you're going to see 2 first-round draft picks. I guarantee it.
Right.
Grant Delbert and Christian Fulton will go in the first round if they stay healthy, knock on wood.
Also want to mention everybody's favorite kicker, Cole Tracy, will get a tryout, minicamp tryout with the Green Bay Packers. Wish him the best of luck. He did outstanding things for the LSU Tigers last season in his 1-year stint in Baton Rouge from Assumption College. Best of luck, Cole Tracy, and everybody who made their dreams come true this past weekend.
Very well done. Very well said. All right, so we'll take a quick time out here. We'll come back with much, much more. We are at Scoreboards Grill and Catering on Coursey Boulevard Thursday night, 8 o'clock to 9:30. We've got Studio 4, some live music. We'll move out the tape. You can dance the night away if you want to. Friday, it's your opportunity to grab the mic and sing the night away, karaoke style, here at Scoreboards.
I'd rather listen to music than be the one up here singing. So
Ditto.
Yeah.
We'll take a break on that note. We're not going to sing to break.
Right.
We're just going to let it go to break.
That's right.
We'll be back.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
The Accord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Accord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Accord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Accord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Welcome back. This is Tiger's Roar, Scoreboards Grill and Catering. Live music already getting going. Sounds great in here. Can't wait for the food to come because it is out of this world. Speaking of out of this world, LSU has a track athlete that has more honors and accolades than any other athlete I've ever seen coming into LSU, and that is straight from Acadiana, and that is Mondo Duplantis.
Mondo has his team, along with a lot of other members, outstanding track team, men's and women's, both ranked in the top 10. I want to show you guys, there it is.
Number 2 for the men. It's usually just the other way around.
That's
Women
right.
usually carry the baton in this, but the men have been dynamic. Their speed and the relays, and then you get the automatic 10 points from Mondo.
Yeah.
They've never had that before.
Right.
But both teams, Dennis Shaver and his staff, doing a tremendous job, and they are unbelievable athletes and even better people that do a great job in the classroom.
But speaking of Mondo,
yes.
I mean, this guy sets the LSU record for a 5.94 meter pole vault.
Now, what does that mean? 19 feet something?
19 feet, 5.4 inches.
I've always wondered, how does somebody begin to try and learn that? And why? Why?
I remember a sport that you run over and you got to jump over the water and get to the top of the pole before the pole lands. That could only be where it's like in Scotland maybe, but I have no idea. I mean, this is amazing what he does.
And the pole, how it bends and how he jettisons.
And then he doesn't land on it.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it is phenomenal.
amazing.
And he gets another award.
That's right.
Again, I don't know where they're going to have to set up another room in the house of his parents, because Mondo Duplantis wins yet another award. He is the most recognized and acclaimed pole vaulter in the United States of America.
Takes home another award, National Athlete of the Week. Also have that graphic for you guys. I want to let you check it out. There's a lot of letters. It's the track and field and the Coaches Association.
It's about that long.
It's a long acronym.
Almost as long as the pole is.
Right.
That Mondo uses and uses so quickly, but you can see it. Look at that pole bending and look at his torque. And the National Athlete of the Week. That's in every sport within the NCAA. He's the best of the best.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, when you only haven't beaten one person in college history, I mean, there's only been one guy to get above what Mondo has done with the pole vault. That was 1996. Look, it's amazing. I mean, you can't get much better than number 2, but I think he will break that 6 meter mark.
And I'm not sure about this, but unlike baseball, which you have to stay 3 years, and football you stay 3 years, I'm not sure about track. I think they can go pro anytime they want to. So let's enjoy them while we can, because there is fame and fortune away. In Europe, they take that stuff very seriously, and you know that there will be companies lined up to sponsor him and to pay him handsomely. Plus, these meets pay for appearance fees that are out of this world. So Mondo, you're going to be a very wealthy young man when you decide to become one.
Antoine Duplantis was not being modest when he said he wasn't the best athlete in his family. Look, I mean, Antoine Duplantis does outstanding work for the LSU baseball team, but this kid Mondo is special. Want to let you guys hear from Mondo Duplantis. Haven't heard from him on Tiger's Roar yet. We've talked a lot about him, but this is the
for
first.
everything.
Here
Listen, to the greatest pole vaulter in the country.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the goal of the day was, you know, just to get some consistent runs and jumps in, and, you know, just try to make sure that I'm well prepared for SECs, and you know, no matter what pole I'm on, no matter what the height is, and you know, I felt good. I got in a rhythm very early, and so just kept making bars, just kept cranking it up, and ended up at a pretty high height. Wasn't quite able to make that 6:01 collegiate record, but I have some more meets to get it, and I think it's definitely in the near future. No, I can't complain. You know, today really wasn't necessarily about the height. You know, just getting some good, consistent runs in from this new approach that I'm trying, and you know, it worked out early. Found the rhythm fast, and yeah, I got to take some good quality jumps. Got to take some shots at some really high bars, which I wasn't really expecting today, which I didn't really even need. But yeah, it was a successful day. You know, I think I'm ready for championship season now.
Very unique to call the fans out of the stands to come onto the track. That was...
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to take this many jumps. Started getting a little tired towards the end. Saw the everybody that was in the stands that was still here at the competition. Since I was the only one competing, they were here to watch me. So I was like, why don't they get a closer view of the action? It would be a better experience for them, a lot better experience for me. So just called them over, see if I can get myself a little more adrenaline and try to get over that collegiate record.
So it's your idea?
It's my idea, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Special. That's all I can say. Special. Enjoy him while we can. He is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Not to be outdone by Mondo Duplantis, but a name that LSU football fans will know, Kerry Vincent Jr. also put on a show this week at the LSU Invitational.
Pretty quick.
100-meter dash.
Pretty quick.
First one since high school. Almost ran it in 10 flat. 10.07 seconds. Best for sixth in the nation for Mr. Kerry Vincent Jr.
Another lockdown corner. Put him on somebody and tell him shadow.
Speed to burn.
Speed to burn. All right, so there's our track update here on Tigers Roar. We have to update softball. A huge weekend series for Beth Torina and the 7th-ranked LSU Tiger softball team. Alabama coming to town with an SEC championship on the line. Alabama with a 1-game lead over LSU in the softball standings. LSU hosts 3-game series starting Friday at 6 o'clock. They'll have Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, they will name and break out their brand new their brand new building where they have batting cages and an infield and all that. So it's a big weekend for LSU softball.
I know you spoke to Beth Torina very recently, and she understands all the obstacles that come with competing for an SEC championship and a national seed. Alabama, a great team coming in this weekend.
They got to come here. You mentioned LSU, more home runs than they've ever hit before in a season.
That's right. The number stands at 67 as we speak. So, yeah.
What's the over-under? We going to 71, 72?
I believe that would be a fair guess. 71, maybe. Might take the under because Alabama's got some good pitching.
They do have some good pitching, no question about that. So we wish a very, last weekend, LSU was empty. Everybody was on the road. This weekend, you've got softball, you've got baseball, plenty of opportunities to go and support the Tigers as the season is winding down. Final exams are over, coming up, and then it's time to play ball. And coming up here as we come walk around here, look what we have being presented to us.
Indeed.
It's another night, and that means it's another opportunity for some crawfish and some potatoes.
Thank you very much.
And some corn. So thank you very much. And as you can tell, the crawfish are big, and the aroma is just divine. So available here at Scoreboards Grill and Catering, and they look as good as they taste.
Be a little spa treatment sitting next to these.
I'm telling you, man, come over here a little bit like this way. And
clearing up my pores.
Oh, absolutely. All right, he's Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Helper, just one of the amenities that we have here at Scoreboards Grill and Catering. We'll take a time out. We'll come back with more as we're about to wrap this baby up. Maybe we'll hear from Mickey Loomis as he talks about the New Orleans Saints draft. We'll see. We'll come up with something after this.
Hola, 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
Welcome back. Final segment of this week's edition of Tigers Roar from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. Once again, he is Jonathan Poche and I am Jordy Helper. We touched on about everything out there, but down the road, the New Orleans Saints, with not much opportunities because of trades that they have made, they still, I think, got value in their draft that just took place.
Absolutely. Quality over quantity. You see it right there, the 2019 draft class for the Saints. picked up a lot of versatile players, and Sean Payton loves versatility.
Yeah, I love Eric McCoy, their second-round pick. I think a center from Texas A&M, Max Unger retiring. Here's a guy that's going to plug and play from day number one. 6'4", about 303. And if you look at the tape, and I've talked to Mike Detillier about this at MikeDetillier.com and at Mike Detillier, and he said, you look at the tape, didn't give up a sack all year long. Not one sack.
Wait, 7 total pressures in 2018. That's it. 1 sack in his entire career at A&M.
He played against LSU. He played against Alabama. He played against the best of the best. And that man right there is special.
I mean, you mentioned playing against LSU. Was named SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week after A&M beat LSU last season. He could play center, he could play guard. You mentioned Max Unger retiring. Well, they signed a guy from the Vikings to replace Max Unger and Matt Easton. Now they have 4 starters for 3 positions.
And McCoy has played guard before.
That's
so,
right.
like you said, versatility. And that's what Sean Payton likes. That's what LSU likes. You can't get enough offensive linemen. You got to protect the franchise.
Hey, don't be surprised to hear some trade rumors about Andrews Pete now that they have signed Eric McCoy.
Trade
you never
rumors.
know.
We got one more pick to go over, and that's the second pick that they had, Chauncey
Gardner-Johnson. That's right.
From the Florida Gators. He's a safety.
A steal in the draft.
I agree.
A lot of people had him ranked at a second-round pick. He can play in the slot. They can cover the tight end very well. Had a few turnovers in his career at Florida. Came out early as a junior, but still had 29 games, 9 interceptions, 3 picks for 6.
Yeah. Ed Orgeron said he was very tough. They always seemed to be around the football, and we know the success at Florida gave LSU all the trouble that they wanted. So 2 picks that I think are very value-oriented that will be able to, look, you can't get enough players in both positions, and I think Gardner is a guy that can really help you in special teams.
Look, the safety position was a very sneaky need for the Saints.
Yes.
Kurt Coleman did not play well at all last year. The Saints like to run 3 safeties. So Marcus Williams in a sophomore slump last season. Going to come back. I believe he's going to bounce back in a big way. But look, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson can play in the box, a very good tackler, can line up against the tight end. You see it there. Shoots to the box, really, and when he hits you, you feel it.
So again, and they made 2 trades. They had 6 overall picks. They made 2 trades. They ended up with 5 players. Look, you always want to improve your team. Are the Saints better on paper now than they were a year ago at this time? I say yes.
I believe they are. A big pickup that, I mean, it doesn't count for the draft, but Jared Cook, the tight end from the Oakland Raiders, one of the best in the game, a very versatile receiver for Drew Brees. We'll go over a lot of more of those picks next week on Tigers Roar. We're running a little bit short on time. We'll have all this and a lot more next week. We'll go through all the draft picks.
So, again, there's some LSU Tigers that are very going to be wealthy now beyond their dreams. We've got LSU baseball with a big series against Ole Miss. We got LSU softball with a big series against Alabama, and we wish them all the very best of luck. Beach volleyball is in the NCAA tournament in Gulf Shores. They're the 5th seed out of 8 teams that are there. So beach volleyball competing. And that's the way LSU should always be. They should be in the upper echelon in every sport, competing, getting to NCAA tournaments with an opportunity to compete for championships.
You know you're in a very good spot, LSU athletically, the athletic program, to change your athletic director mid-year and still have so many programs competing when it matters in the NCAA.
I'd like to thank Alan Traylor, Greg Hockey, Marty Campbell, you for all the work that you do behind the scenes on this. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thanks to all of you for chiming in. He is Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Hultberg. This has been Tigers Roar, live from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. Come see us, come eat, come have fun. See you next time.
desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every one. No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down.
Taste the feeling.